What's going on, everyone? This is Dom, and this is the Pixel 4 XL 1 week later. So this is an interesting phone, right? I mean, Google, every year we always anticipate the Pixel phone, and before that we always anticipated the Nexus phones. And it seems like there's been much less anticipation for these Google devices lately, mainly because we pretty much know everything about them before they hit the market. I mean, like, this is definitely the most leaked phone of all time. Nonetheless, that doesn't change a lot about what's involved with this phone and how it may impact your life for worse or for better. So let's get the specs out of the way here. First up, we do have the Snapdragon 855 processor and 6 gigabytes of RAM. Odd choice in my opinion, but we'll talk about performance in a little bit. Around the front side though, there is a very beautiful 6.3 inch QHD Plus OLED display. It looks awesome. I have no complaints in that department. And we have smooth display here, which kind of bumps up the display to 90 Hertz in certain situations if you have that enabled. And overall, I really can't complain about the display at all. I mean, great job in that department. In the Pixel 4 XL here, we do have a 3700 milliamp hour battery. More on battery life a little bit later. And we also do have 64 gigabytes of base storage. Shame on you, Google. That, I mean, come on, like, at least, I guess I just expected a little bit more out of the base storage, to be honest, but I don't know. For $899 though, for the Pixel 4 XL and 64 gigabytes of base storage, I think they could have done better. So let's talk about design here for a second. I think that the design here is definitely understated, and that's a good thing. Google always kind of goes that route. I think this year is much better though with the contrast here. We have like a black metal frame, and we have this matte finish white back on the model that I have here. I kind of dig this let's make everything all matte finish in 2019 thing that we have going on here, but there is an orange one that's matte finish as well, and if you want a glossy back, you can opt for the black version. Overall though, the design is just kind of, it is what it is. I do like the kind of uniform look that we get with this black square camera design, as opposed to having the lenses stick out. That just looks a little weird in my opinion. I'm talking about the iPhone, but I do like overall the design here, even though in my opinion, it's not anything to write home about. So let's talk about performance here for a second. And as far as the software experience goes, I mean, come on, you're getting a Google phone with Google software on it from Google. They're gonna tailor this thing to be pretty snappy. I don't think there's going to be an issue here as far as software performance goes, at least not initially, especially for a phone that I've had out of the box for a week. And 2019, I would expect no less from something like this. It runs buttery smooth. I hate to use that term because I use it so often, but it's true because I've had the phone out of the box for a week. So if you want to see a long-term like follow-up review, maybe in like 3 to 6 months, be sure to hit the thumbs up button. But overall, Android 10, I mean, it is definitely a win all around on the Pixel 4. So as far as the face unlock goes, I know a lot of people are sad of the omission of a fingerprint sensor on the back or under the display or anything like that. But the face unlock is very, very fast, especially, well, okay, you can see here that we have an uneven, bezel. Like the top bezel is super huge. Giant forehead on this guy. They have a new radar sensor inside of here that is actually pretty cool. So by the time I reach for the phone, pick it up and pull it to my face, this thing is unlocked. And I think that is pretty phenomenal. Like, I literally reach for the phone, pull it up to my face, and by the time it gets like right here, the phone is unlocked. Pretty amazing. And as for this security flaw where it kind of unlocks the phone without actually, having your eyes open, which it does, and that can be definitely a problem. We can't do anything about it right now. We're gonna have to wait for Google to fix that whole issue. But as far as the actual functionality of the face unlock goes, A+. Another thing with this radar sensor is quick gestures, and I couldn't get them to reliably work. Where you swipe over the top of the phone to create an action. It was just frustrating, and I eventually just gave up. So let's jump to the backside again with the cameras, right? And I mean, come on, it's 2019, it's a Pixel phone. I would expect no less than awesome camera performance. In fact, I would be highly disappointed if Google dropped the ball on this whole thing. And let me tell you, it's pretty sweet. So we got a 12.2 megapixel main camera here and a 16 megapixel telephoto lens. And the photos that this thing spits out are pretty awesome. I mean, I hate feeling like I repeat myself in these videos on camera performance, but come on, it's 2019 again. It's gonna be good. I mean, the photos here are very crisp. Night mode and the Astro mode here also very, very fire. I think that the photos that this thing spits out in night mode are absolutely awesome. Of course, we have portrait mode, and that works fine. Like, I have no complaints there. But on the front-facing camera here, we have a 1080p camera. Like, really? Okay, it's 8 megapixels, 1080p. I don't understand why we can't make this any better. And on the back side, we can only do 4K 30, and okay, that's not that big of a deal, but when everybody else is doing 4K 60, you gotta step it up a little bit. I mean, just a tiny bit, and not to mention that we're lacking an ultra-wide lens on here. Now, that is not the end of the world by any means, but some of my favorite cameras on smartphones include an ultra wide, and it was a little saddening to not see it here. Photos are good regardless on this, and if you want to see a full gallery with everything that I shot on the Pixel 4 XL, I will leave a link below for you. Some of those photos are absolutely awesome. As far as the battery life goes, right, I was able to get a maximum of about 5 hours of screen on time, and I've kind of averaged that out, but more or less it's roughly about 5 hours, and even less if I have smooth display on and I'm taking advantage of some of the other features like the radar face unlock and just things that will consume batteries on a regular basis. Kind of a normal thing here, right? I mean, I think we can all agree there, but that's sad. Like, I feel like it should be a better performer in the battery department. 5 hours, it's just not cutting it for a lot of people, especially I'm just using this moderately, mind you. Like, if I had any more excessive use on this phone, I could probably kill it in about 4. Of course, we do have 18-watt fast charging on this, which is a nice addition, and yes, you do get the fast charger in the box, so that's definitely a good thing, especially when the battery life is less than optimal. So $899 for the Pixel 4 XL. Is it worth it? That's gonna be kind of up to you. You're not going to get the same experience on other phones as you would with the Pixel 4 XL, coming straight from Google's, wheelhouse, like everything like that. But given what this thing lacks at its price point, you might be missing out on other experiences compared to other phones. I don't know, it's kind of a tough choice there. Like I said, if you're a Google fan, you're gonna love this phone. It's pretty awesome. There's a lot of positive notes with this, and I'm gonna end this whole thing on a positive note. I think it's a good phone, but I think the competition out there is very steep. But I wanna know what you think about the Pixel 4 XL in the comments section below. Definitely let me know, and leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and also subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when new videos like this drop in the future. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. This is Dom, and I will catch you in the next video.